And this is the global forecast for May 2019. Let's have a look first of all at what's going on in the sky, what's where, before we actually start looking at meanings. So where do we start? Well, Pluto's going retrograde in Capricorn. Pluto started going retrograde just about a week ago, and now it's moving backwards, particularly impacting on those of you born around the 12th, 13th and 14th if you're in Aries, Cancer, Capricorn or Libra. But then this is ongoing all year. I'd much rather have Pluto retrograde in Capricorn than moving forward, even if it is getting closer and closer to Saturn. More on that in a minute. Neptune is still moving forward, and in fact Neptune is probably the single biggest challenging influence to individuals and the collective over the coming month. Neptune's now at 18 degrees of Pisces. This is particularly impacting on those people born around the 9th of March, the 10th of June, the 11th of 9th, 10th and 11th of September, 9th, 10th of December. Yeah, you're the people who are finding a great deal of nebulousness and confusion at the moment. Neptune has really moved on from the last couple of years, and it's not being everybody's friend right now. I'm beginning to really dislike the transits of Neptune in Pisces. I thought that Neptune in Aquarius was hard, and I thought that when Neptune moves into Pisces, its own sign, there'd be a break. But actually it's a real stinker, and I'm seeing it in so many people's charts now, the element of fatigue and weariness, tiredness, confusion and aimlessness. That's a big one. Uranus is rocking. Uranus is rocking through Taurus, and it's really still picking up speed. Uranus is now at 3 degrees of Taurus, particularly impacting on those people born around the 23rd, 24th of April, 24th, 25th August, 24th, 25th July, 23rd, 24th October, and then those Aquarians born at the very start of Aquarius around the 23rd, 24th of January. And if you're one of these, then hey, it's really not quiet at the moment. But guess what? This is going to be lasting for at least another 9 or 10 months. So rock and roll. Dance with change. You will either act or react. And if you act, then you're surfing the wave of change. And if you react, then you're probably getting battered by the wave of change. But change is a natural feature. Without change, we get entropy and decay and ruts. What's really interesting is perhaps the single biggest aspect of May is that tomorrow, on the 2nd of May, Uranus and Neptune are semi-square to each other. Half a square, 45 degrees apart. This is rare, very rare. When I was born in 1955, Uranus and Neptune were square to each other, and then they became semi-square sometime around 1976, 77, and they came conjunct with each other. The Uranus-Neptune conjunction happened long ago now, about the late 90s, 96, 97 period of time. And now Uranus and Neptune are semi-square to each other. A semi-square is an angle of 45 degrees. It's past the power point of a conjunction, but it's not yet at the point of a square where it's causing energy release and problems. So this is like an itch, an irritation, an itch you can't scratch. But because that Uranus and Neptune are such slow-moving planets, then this is something which is going to be sticking around for a year and a bit. And I don't see it as having a major impact on the world, except in the lives of those people whose birthdays I've already specified around the Uranus and Neptune transits. Saturn is now going retrograde as of a couple of days ago. Saturn and Pluto are now retrograde in Capricorn. So now Saturn and Pluto are fractionally, minutely, just beginning to pull apart. As I speak, they're about 2.5 degrees away from each other. And when Saturn stops going retrograde and starts moving forward again, they're going to be about 7 degrees away from each other. That's going to be in September of this year. And then we head into the Saturn-Uranus conjunction proper, which will be around December of next year, January of next year, early January. I've been doing a little bit of looking forward. And for those amateur astrologers of you out there, I've got a date for you. And I'd be really interested to hear what people make of this date. I am looking at the time of the 3rd week of February 2026. This is when Saturn and Neptune will conjunct each other at 0 degrees of Aries at the very start of the zodiac. A Saturn-Neptune conjunction. There will be 3 Saturn-Neptune conjunctions. There's going to be one at 28-29 Pisces in 2025, but the last one of these triple conjunctions will be at 0 degrees of Aries, February 2026, 3rd week. That really is the start of something brand new. I'm looking forward to that one with a bit of trepidation. Meantime, Saturn is now retrograde in Capricorn. Yeah, he's hitting quite a few people quite hard. Those people born around the middle of Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, Libra, you're dealing with Saturn at the moment. But at the risk of sounding perverse, and a number of astrologers out there are going to think I'm crazy for saying this, I actually like Saturn in Capricorn. He's making people work hard and he's bringing lots of problems, but if you get stuck in, if you do everything the hard way and you don't take shortcuts, Saturn is your friend. Jupiter's retrograde in Sagittarius, picking up speed, boogieing on backwards. It's going to be retrograde now for another 3 or 4 months. So we've now got Saturn, Jupiter and Pluto retrograde. Neptune's going to go retrograde next month. Uranus won't go retrograde for a few months yet. It's the minor planets. I suppose the single biggest news for May 2019 is the movement of Mars. As I speak, Mars is entering the last third of Gemini. And then Mars will move into Cancer, a sign it doesn't particularly like, because Mars is a loud, fiery, feisty energy, and Cancer deals with domestic home and emotional situations. Nevertheless, Mars will move into Cancer on the 16th of May, and from then on Cancerians, Capricorns are really going to know about it. In the run up to that, those people born in the last 10 days of Pisces, Gemini, Sagittarius and Virgo, you're all going to know about Mars over the coming couple of weeks. Venus starts the month in Aries. Halfway through the month it moves into Taurus. Not too worried by this. Mercury. The days of the Mercury retrograde are gone now. Mercury starts the month in Aries and it's rapidly picking up speed. It achieves its fastest movement during the end of the 3rd week of May. At that point, Mercury is going to be moving about 2.25 degrees a day. It's really rocketing. Mercury will move into Taurus on the 6th of May, but then it's going to leave on the 21st. Mercury's going to be in Taurus for 2 weeks. So Taurians, you best get ready, because the middle part of May is going to be really fast. In fact, Taurus is the fastest sign of the zodiac this month, with Gemini a close second. On the 21st of the month, Mercury will move into Gemini. And yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that. That's going to create an even faster speed than normal. The full moon on the 18th of May in Scorpio, 27 degrees of Scorpio, reasonably strongly sextile Pluto, nothing to write home about. The new moon on the 4th of May, on Saturday of this coming week, at 11:47 p.m. UK time, so it's going to be sort of different chimes around the world. That's at 14 degrees of Taurus, and again, that's not really impacting on in any challenging way. It's sextiling Neptune. So, put all this together, there are no big aspects. The biggest aspect of this month is Mars opposite Jupiter, which is happening now and over the coming few days. But that's not a big deal. With a lot of the big planets now going retrograde, with Mercury picking up speed, it seems as if we're heading into a month which is going to be relatively low-key. Now, bearing in mind the start we've had to 2019, with multiple atrocities, disasters, political instability all around the world, it seems like we could all do with a month off. So I'm thinking that this month is not going to stand out. Now, these could be famous last words. Astrology is not a science. It is a mixture of art, mathematics, geometry, symbology, and intuition and psychology. So it's a mixture of art and science, and it's certainly not a divinatory tool, but used correctly and with the right intent, it can give an insight into not so much future events, but future timings and areas. And in that light, I am suggesting that over this coming month, I don't think there's going to be anything major coming up that's going to add to the already extreme nature of 2019. I would hope we can all begin to just drop our shields just a little bit this month, and hopefully it's going to be a quieter month than normal. Of course, the furore around the Indian elections, the Australian elections, the stuff around Venezuela, Brexit, yawn, and the European dichotomy of Europe seems to be imploding, and as for America, just different ball game. All of this is going to continue. We're not going to get resolution, but neither are we going to get, neither is things going to get too much worse. Cautious optimism for this month. June is a different story. That's when Mars is going to start biting. But meantime, during May, chill out, get a little bit of me time, resting up and recharging your batteries. Catch you later, world. Bye.